Hey, good Sunday morning to everybody. I love how that just ends so abruptly. We got three guys here. I imagine we'll occasionally say some good things about mothers, but happy Mother's Day to everyone if that's something that you're privileged enough to celebrate in your life, and most people are because they had one. So, but beyond that, thanks for checking out the Culture Review. Whenever you're watching this, whether it's live or later on, thank you. Go ahead,
Culture,
Steve.
did you just assume the gender of someone who might have birthed someone else?
I just know what biology. That's okay. That's okay. I knew today we were going to be light on the panel. We're going to be light on the audience. That a lot of people have family obligations, and thank goodness, because the thing we always say in our community or our group of people, I'm going to stop saying community now. I'm going to start saying in our group of compatible humans. Yeah. I will say this. We always say family first. It really, sometimes you may be estranged from your family. Sometimes there may be elements of your family that you're estranged from, but you know what? Family first, almost always, if you can make it happen. So I appreciate everybody being here with Wes and Steven. We might have a few late drop-ins, but thanks to all of you in the chat. We're going to say hello to everybody. We've got just a couple, 3, 4, 5 great subjects to talk about. We're not going to be on forever today. This is a family day for a lot of people, so we're just going to honor that and just try to give you the best show possible. Going to say hi to Noble Arrow. We're going to say hi to Six. Good to see you. Radicalized Ryan's out there, says hail to the chat. I still love that icon. I think it's one of the best out there. We've got Keely Chow saying, hey, everybody, happy Mother's Day. Well, happy Mother's Day to you. We've got Small Time saying, hail, hail, rock and roll. Live long and prosper. Of course, Wes is here with us. We've got Dad Man Walking 55. Dad Man Walking, it's good to see you, my friend. I hope Mrs. Dad Man is doing well as well. And hopefully these are good days for everybody. Good to see you here, Makini. I love. Oh, look at the new art my man has.
Very cool, Makini.
Makini's had a birthday.
Yeah.
Of his draw stream is going to happen. He's got all this great stuff happening in his life, and it's so easy to support him. He hosted his first Rogue Entertainment stream yesterday.
And did a great job too. Man. I got to listen to it today.
I got a chance to check it on the replay. So and I'm so proud of everybody and everybody here that participates with us. We have so many wonderful people to be thankful for, but mostly today, mothers. And hello, Mr. Dragon. Good to see you. Hail to Scott Jennings. Soul Assassin is with us. Amanda Gilliam presents. Hi, AGP. Hope you're doing well. Can't wait to hang out with you again. Let's see. Mirasphere's Origin is here. He says, hail all. Can someone... Yeah, he's somebody probably participating in a lot of Mother's Day stuff because he's got like 1,000 kids now. So, hard to say. I mean, he's more than welcome to be here, but I wouldn't impose that. He's being a new dad with a new one. So that's a whole other thing. He better be doing something to that good woman that gave him all those puppies. But hey, whatever. Just want to say thank you and hail to you. We got to say hail again to Small Time. Mother's Day last night, trying to avoid hey, you know what? A lot of people do that because it's hard to get a restaurant reservation for brunch. Have you guys ever tried to do that? Like get a family brunch or something together for a holiday like this? It's dumb.
Yeah, under normal circumstances, it's pretty bad. And then, of course, when you have restrictions in some places, still.
Yeah, that would be real hard to do. That's true. And Lord Runner. Oh gosh, Runner is here.
Lord
Lord
Runner.
Runner.
Lord Runner. He's the Lord
Yeah, hide
Runner.
your trees and your coffee. Yeah, that's true. Philip Temmek, good to see you, my friend. And the ever lovely Lola is joining us, who has
Lola.
just the best icons ever, all the time. It's just this constant stream of iconography. Thanks for being you, Lola. We truly appreciate you. You're awesome. We've got Dave Myers hanging out. Hey to you, Dave. It's good to see you, buddy. And Matthew Birkland, all the way
Matthew.
from Istanbul.
Hail
Good
to our
Hail.
international audience. Good to see you, buddy.
That's right. And of course, we have Low Spec Linux Laptop. Good to see you here, sir. Hope things are going well. Going to try to see you on the next Echo Base live stream if I can pop on and just say hi to everybody. Man, the world is busy. I just want to say that out loud. When the real world's kicking in full speed, you end up not getting to do all the fun stuff that you like to do. So hopefully we can do better than that. And I agree, Lola. Makini did very, very well. Today, KFC ate with mom last night. Excellent. Making steak for Mrs. Dadman walking tonight.
Shit.
And she bought her tent today. It was out of stock before. I dodged a bullet. Phew. Okay.
Nice.
Well, very good. Very good. You guys are awesome. And I'm glad. Unfortunately, I won't, because of circumstances, I probably won't be on the Welcome to Florida stream with Lorena tonight. But I may be able to show up late. We'll have to see. But you can't brush up the mamas. The mama's gotta get her due. So he's trying to feed the little one. That's what I figured, my man. What's up, Ironcaster? Oh, I hope you have a good bike ride. Be safe. Watch out for the lunatics in the vehicles that are not paying attention.
My bike got stolen. Just yesterday.
What?
No way.
Yeah.
That stinks, man.
Out of my garage too. I don't know how they got in there.
No shit. Yeah. Any leads or anything? The cops.
I think the murder bums that are squatting in the park right now are the culprits.
I'm sorry, Wes. That sucks. I know what it's like to lose that instrument. That instrument is lovely to have.
I'm going to be watching Pee Wee's Big Adventure today to make me feel better. So maybe that'll work.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
My bike. brush.
You need to get a big board behind you with all kinds of different acts, different times like Pee Wee did, and go through it step by step.
Anyway, so what's up, Commander Ed Straker? Lola, this is more than this is extraordinary. Thank you very much for the $20. You do not have to do that. I appreciate it. So, and this is a great sentiment. Go get the mom in your life something sweet and a hug. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, everybody has a mom-like person in their life. Even if it's not
an egg.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, there you are. So,
Caitlyn Jenner's a mom-like figure to somebody.
Absolutely, yeah, and that, like I said, I want to bring joy on this day. This day
we are.
This day is about uplifting. Lola is bringing a lot of joy. Lola does that a lot, not just with the $20 super chat, which again is overly generous, sweetheart, but with the iconography that she provides. Plus, she's doing live streams and stuff. I'm gonna have to try to get one of those things live. After Lola After Dark, I think is the title of that. Steven's adjusting things behind.
I was.
I will pray for you, Keely Chow, because of Batwoman. Yeah, I know you're suffering for your other people. So,
God bless you.
Dude, yeah, no. Wes can take care of that, Mirrorsphere, or someone that has your new Twitter. Or I think you sent me a DM, and I thought I'd add
a new one. He's a new one.
He came back to Twitter. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Miriam, what's up, Katie? Great Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Hail Culture, Wes and Steven. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I know that people may look up to Katie as a mother-like figure, and I hope that she makes big impressions on people. She's awesome and great artist, talented creator. I love it. That's terrifying. No one some broke in. Yes, 6. It's awful when you lose your bike, property, stuff like that. Yeah. Keely Chow. Well, it's like big prayers. Culture Steve, I did obtain the Battlestar Galactica series on DVD, but I missed the last decision because of obligations. So you're gonna love it, man. It's so great. Yeah. We're headed into the trial of Gaius Baltar, and it's going to be amazing. So I do hope you show up for that. Those discussions are going to be fire.
Mm-hmm.
Howdy, what's up, Keck44? We are doing this in under 10 minutes, guys. This is amazing. Hashtag only hug trees, Steven.
Why me? What?
I don't know. Yes, he is responsible for the rising cost of lumber. I agree with that. As if they find a lot of they're not knot holes. Man, on my stream we're doing this. Okay. Anyway, 10 minutes in, I've said hi to everybody in the chat. Okay, let's talk about some fun stuff, guys. And thank you all for being here. The 27 of you that are here right now on this wonderful Mother's Day. I just want to say I appreciate you very much.
Hail, Michael Jolin.
Michel Jolin. Good to see you, my friend. And Dadman Walking says, did you get a chance to look up Trilogy of Terror, which is where his iconography comes from?
Yes, I did. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but thank you so much for turning me on to it.
Yeah, despise Baltar. Many of us do, but it's going to be a good discussion over on Supreme Heretic.
Script Doctor loves him. If you see Script Doctor on a live stream, just let him know that you enjoy how much he loves Gaius Baltar. He will appreciate it. Thank you.
I cannot wait. I hope Script is able to join us this coming Thursday because
me too.
Fire. Steven is in. Wait, there it is. Steven is in a sleeveless blouse. Yes, he is. Yeah.
But am I wearing any pants?
Yeah. Hey, Mirrorsphere, I started it. Just so you know, your efforts were not in vain. I will get back with you very shortly. By the way, speaking of books,
we're the glasses de menace is what we are.
Yeah. Right now it's the three glassed amigos. That book, the Heart of the Jedi, Amazon pulled it down.
They what?
Yeah, because it was a reprint of a hardcover that was generating no profit for the person that went to the trouble of formatting it. It's essentially a reprint, which you're supposed to be able to do. Essentially under the laws, everything that they were doing was not wrong.
Okay, explain it to me. So why did they pull it down? You said
so as people were complaining, and maybe even Disney finally got in on the act, saying that because it wasn't the original author or the two people that put that book together, and it was originally a commissioned novel for the EU before Disney acquired said property, Lucasfilm. It was being printed for no profit. It was only Amazon's cost that you were paying to get that book.
And it was selling well. I've heard nothing but people have been buying it all over the place from what I've seen.
Yeah, and so now the books, those paperbacks, are now going to be infinitely more valuable because they stopped printing them. Wow. So, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, so, and that's not really a story I wanted to get into today. I thought it was interesting. So, and I'm going to remind everybody in the audience, even though there's only 27 of you here, well, you know what? First off, let's introduce the man that just joined us, who I know has a mother-like person in his life, the great Vigilante Williamson.
Mother-like person? What is that, like cheese-like product? Vigilante Williamson here on another episode of the Sunday Culture Review, and it looks like it is the Mother's Day edition, not only to the, turnout, so to speak, but the panel. I can tell. Oh, yeah. And even me, I this is a short stay because I have Mom Gelante Williamson to assist Gelante Williamson doing something. So I have to
family first, brother.
Yeah. But I just figured I'd hop in for a little bit just to say hey and see what's going on in the world.
Yeah, well, I was blessed with multi moms, so I have multi moms to take care of. So okay. And, but I understand that. Well, thank you very much for popping in. I know a lot of people are going to be flowing in and out. I knew that was going to happen. This is a very important day. Again, family first for everybody, guys. Family first. Yeah. But I appreciate all of you being here. Steven's favorite 1970 Buick Regal commercial. Really? I must look this up now. Hey, the Gaze is here. What's up, Red Gaze?
What's up, Gaze Tex? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, Red Gaze.
6 is like, love Baltar. You're not wearing pants in my headcanon. Well, there are times when I am not wearing pants. It's true.
Way more information I needed.
I didn't say it was right now.
Still, I just don't want that.
Ryan just posted a video on it. Good, Mr. Dragon. Yeah, the Heart of the Jedi thing is something I know Ryan's going to be diving on.
Yes.
It's going to be a conversation for the next couple days, I'm pretty sure. But I just want to, I was going to remind everybody, I have 4 copies that I'm giving away. So I figured I'm going to kind of do a random drawing of all of the people that are on my channel, and we'll just go from there. So I'm very excited for that. If you want your free copy of one of the 4 copies that I have to give away, so there you are. It was it was still available last night. Wow, yeah, I just saw that update. And I think Mara Jade. Mara posted it on Twitter, and I was like, "Holy cow!" I went and checked it. I'm like, "Holy cow! No more book. Bye bye." So yeah. Dr. Coffin-Nail says, "I care." Well, it's good to see you, Dr. Coffin-Nail. Mom Gelante. That's right. That's what you said, right, VW?
Yeah, Mom Gelante Williamson, Sis Gelante Williamson, Dad Gelante Williamson, Granddad Gelante Williamson. That's how it works. Cuz Gelante Williamson, Bro Gelante. There you go.
There you go.
Fam Gelante Williamson.
Well, thank you, Jacob Archer Barton. Thank you and welcome. Cool mask. First time watching in your live chat. Well, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining us today. It's weird because normally this is one of those weird times when we don't have AFK Bard with us. I feel uncomfortable because I feel like, she's like the center top square of every stream. You know what I mean?
Right.
AFK Bard, but she had family stuff today, and there you go. There you go. Good to see you. Just another red shirt, or as I say, shirt. Good to see you, and I hope you have a good lunch. Eric Winberg drops by, throws super sticker. Thank you, my friend, for the little Shiba Inu. It looks like he's tired. He's a sleepy, tired puppy.
The little Dogecoin, which is not doing that good.
Little Dogecoin. Is that what we're going to call it now? The Dogecoin sticker?
Yeah. That's what it is now.
Well, we actually are going to get into that, believe it or not. It's going to be
cool.
Is the copy going to be with signature? You know what? I can't do that. I won't sign another person's work, but I will send a note with the 4 books I give away. How's that? In my head cabinet, culture is never nude. It's pretty close.
You have a better head canon than most in Coffin.
There you go. Yeah, I know there are some ladies that but anyway, I wish my book didn't come damaged. I hate USPS. Yeah, I got 4 very well taken care of books, but I know that there was a little weirdness. The one that I'm keeping for myself, had a little bit of bent interior page because of the binding. The binding was incomplete, but it's fine. It'll be fine. I don't care about it. Terminus asked for $5. Says, Culture, what the heck is multi-moms? You have an aunt who's secretly your real mom. Maybe you should have a brand of syrup called Aunt Joe Mama. Oh, puns away. No, actually, I come from a divorced set of parents.
Me too.
And I am the only. I am the only. I'm only the only child of the result of the original pairing. So, but I ended up with a mom and a stepmom. And then when you have other people in your life that also have mothers, then you end up with a lot of moms.
One of my mothers went gay, so I have 3.
Oh, good for you.
Nice.
Good. I'm glad a lot of people got your copies. Appreciate that. And I appreciate Terminus the $5 super chat, my friend. When am I doing the giveaway? I don't know. Maybe on probably on my celebration stream. How does that sound, guys? So next Saturday.
Your giveaway. I thought she said giveaway. She was giving a giveaway. I was what are you giving away?
No, Lolo's awesome. Don't do that.
That was awesome.
Don't chase Lolo away.
I'm not chasing Lolo away.
Okay. No, but honestly, so here's the deal. So my 2000, I'm doing my 2000 member stream. It's going to be next Saturday. It's a week from yesterday. And I'm going to have a huge bunch of people that are going to float in and out. It's going to be amazing. And we'll go from there and celebrate. So I have to bring in Fat Steven on this celebration day. And we're going to get into our first subject. What's going on, Steven?
Hey.
Hi. Been a long time. I've seen all you guys on one panel.
It's been a minute. Been busy, but we're doing the Mother's Day edition, my friend, and at some point in time, I'm going to ask you about the mother-like person in your life. Hopefully, before anybody has to check out. If you're going to check out, you're going to have to answer that question anyway, because you're just going to have to tell me about the best memory you had from your mother-like person. And let's see, unless you're too uncomfortable, and then I won't force it.
I love when we get 5 people on the panel because then my head gets smaller.
You guys were just talking about Heart of the Jedi, correct?
Yeah.
It is removed, but Echo Base does have a link to a PDF. Would you actually like it?
You know what? You could actually. I tell you what. You could actually throw that into the chat. I think you are a mod on my channel, Steven.
And that's for anyone who needs it. Yeah, I did a fat minute about it. I did incognito. I did Amazon, logged in. It is gone.
It's gone.
Gone. The page itself is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Mara sent that out this morning, I was like, craptastic. And here's the thing. I want to say a special thanks to Steve Kenobi for making sure that I jumped on top of getting the book. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to get the book for other people as well, because everybody should have this book.
Man, the physical media thing, somebody in the chat said, keep physical media. They are really trying to go all digital media on all platforms. They really are. I heard Warner's trying to cut it out in 2022. No more DVDs, Blu-rays.
That's why they manipulate anything that changes.
Well, and again, I mean, that's an effort. It's an effort not to combat their growth for their streaming services, but it's very short-sighted. A business person's going to be like, "No, thank you." Mm-hmm. So, it's just it's short-sighted. They're going to have to reconsider it because it's such a huge sales. It makes them a lot of money. It's a profit center. Well, because materials. You go ahead.
Well, what they're trying to do is what, like, I was talking to my granddad about, like, Word, right? You don't own Word. You have to pay periodically for Word. And so you no longer own your media. You have to pay each month for the subscription service. That's what they're trying to encourage. I don't think they're going to be the only one using this model. You might be right in the short term, but unless there's a huge physical media demand, I don't know if that'll happen. And even if there is, I mean, it's not like money is always their priority.
Yeah. So that's the thing now. And this is a conversation for a different type of stream. And I know we're going to have it. True. We're going to have it a lot because more and more information comes out every day. A story that I'm not covering here today about the Disney stuff. But I've been aware of some of that for a bit, which is why my anger has been rising for a long time when it comes to that company. But it is what it is. But here, Fat Steven has provided you with a link to get your
PDF.
Get your PDF copy of a wonderful read. So there you are.
Can I ask a question though, Culture?
Yes, sir.
When it comes to the fact that there's companies trying to get rid of the physical media, do you think it's a way that they can control the history of the media they produce in the future?
Of course, yeah. And you know what? It's if you're trying to limit the point in time that you were destroying everything in society, you want to be able to control everything. Mm-hmm. And that sounds kind of conspiratorial, but it really isn't.
I have an answer for Spec as well. Since last night at 8 p.m. Eastern on my thing, they have been fluctuating. I believe everyone's channels anywhere from 10 to 50, depending on your subs, taking them away. But if you look at when you're changing to your studio in the top right corner, it will show you one number. But when you're on your actual web page, it will show a different number. Then your dashboard will show the original number. The dashboard and the one on your right is your original numbers. They are testing to see if your subs are bots or not.
Yep. And they're finding out that they were wrong. They're making a lot of assumptions on who are bots.
And I got 100 back one day.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm well, and mine. Yeah. And mine are doing the same thing, guys. I mean, I'm getting my steady creep up, but like you're supposed to get, but it's undulating. It's uncomfortable to see that, but you know what?
Well,
maybe they do have an influx of bot accounts or doubles or whatever, but
I've noticed that, it's pretty strange because I'm, of course, in YouTube jail again. And,
what did you do this time?
I can't talk about it here, unfortunately. But I've noticed that since the most recent one happened, that my sub count has been going up. So I don't know. It's very strange.
They put a disclaimer with in your page about last week, and it says any subs that were hit are now brought back. They did have the hiccup. The same time they fixed the links being disappeared in chat.
Yeah, they fixed that by sending a memo telling people to stop futzing around. So, but anyway, Storyman Jack for a $5 super chat says, "Listen to my Disney story, LOL." Yes, do listen to it, please. It's excellent, and I managed to get home in time to watch. Well, thank you for being here, my friend. And we have a brief visit from the father. The new father, the multi-father, the baby. Hey, man.
It's a ginger. Get it away.
Is he muted?
Yeah.
I'm good. You hear me?
Oh, okay. Well, welcome on this awesome day. Hopefully you get a chance to do the mom thing with the mom that gave you all those puppies.
Is that Minisphere you're holding?
Minisphere.
Minisphere. That's a good one.
Very clever.
There you go.
Hell, Minisphere.
Hey, little guy.
Anyway, thank you very much, Story.
I hear Puppy Sphere too.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that's Dog Gelante. That might be Dog Gelante Williamson.
Steven
Dog Gelante Williams.
Yeah.
Dog Gelante. I love Dog Gelante. Yeah, dude, I love all of those. That's a brilliant thing, Vigilante. I love it. Matthew Berkland says Steven is powered by the power of maple syrup. Oh, okay.
The funny thing is, I'm not a huge fan of maple syrup. I don't even like maple donuts, maple can. I don't like any of that stuff. It's really too sweet.
Yeah. What's up, Barack Dermis? Good to see you. Yeah, support physical media. Yep. And live in freedom of these businesses. Yes, you're not wrong. If you can acquire things physically, do so.
See,
if you can come about getting something physical that maybe not be physical, I don't know why you wouldn't. You know what I mean?
There is
joining, my friend.
There is a brilliant idea though. If people get that PDF and download it all, or even then print it off to make so you have your own physical media, you have the ability to find an independent artist or an up-and-coming artist to create a special cover for that. Just remember to include Kenneth C. Flint on the bottom, and you can actually create new pieces of art with the same story.
Wow, that's cool. Yeah, so for whatever reason they did manage to foil the attempts to circumvent, the bologna sausage of the garbage books that were being produced. But hey, there are copies out there. There's now a PDF you can get to. The link is in the chat. Hopefully Steven will do that, post that again if he has to go before he goes. And this is from Stone Cold Jeremy for $5. He says, hail CC Integrate panel, hail to the wonderful people of the chat, and happy Mother's Day to all the wonderful moms. Absolutely. And I like how we mix in a heart with a beer. Beers and hugs, right?
Beer for the working man. Beer for the working
That's right. And I guess I'm somebody's mother. Awesome one. I am.
Right.
There was a point in time I could have been my own grandpa, but we figured that there could have been a twisting of the tree branches, but that got sorted out.
Okay,
it wasn't that twisted.
Whoa.
Wasn't that twisted? That's a story for a day. I'll do that on a member stream. Hey, Lola, it's good to see you.
Were you at CERN? How did that happen?
I know that if you go back and kill your grandpa, then your grandpa's dead, so you can't have existed to go back to kill your grandpa.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, hey, we got the artist himself, the man who is just doing amazing stuff. My buddy Makini 90. What's up, Makini?
I'm doing great. How's everybody?
Good, man.
It's good to see you, man. You were killing it everywhere, man. He hosts he has a birthday stream after he gets sub stream. Then he's like freaking hosting Rogue. Dude, you're doing amazing stuff, man.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah. You doing good?
Yeah, doing good. It's kind of like the first, it's like the first Sunday without a Machini live this time. So we're doing something, and I'm going to do something a little different later on today. So
all right, well,
nice.
Hey, I was going to ask. I mean, because I know that you usually go on right before we end here. I try to send folks over to visit. So, no, you'll have to promote that towards the end here. Let me get Storyman Jack, and then we're going to start into a story. Storyman Jack for $5 super chat says Disney has forgotten how to dream. It's simple as that. Hollywood has forgotten to dream. Yeah. It's very sad. They don't do anything anymore. They steal little bits from other people, or steal is not even the right word. They've been doing it for a long time. And Storyman Jack's been putting together just an amazing story. You guys should just pay attention to it. It's very good.
Absolutely.
Very, very good. Yeah. Baby, I'll watch. I don't think that there's not enough cognition there at that age, but I understand. They're too woke to dream. They're practically insomniac. Wow.
Well said, bro.
Good job. Okay, so let's do this because this is going to irritate humans, and I like to irritate humans, but it's fun for us.
We know.
Right?
We know.
It is. You're going to enjoy this, and here it is. Elon Musk's SNL blasts off with a 33% jump in the early TV ratings.
Wow.
That doctor skit was horrible, though.
It doesn't matter. This dude drives everything, and
his nose fell off a little. It looked like it jumped back.
It did. He warned it was going to.
Yep,
he warned. It's his thing.
Ahead of the show.
Well, the SNL cast, they were hooting and hollering, complaining.
Yeah.
And they had to it was like the company issued them like a safe space for people who didn't want to, who felt very uncomfortable, not wanting to be on video. I'm just like,
Save space for snowflakes, obviously.
Oh, so it's Snowflake Night Live.
Well, it might be.
surprised.
Well,
But here's the thing, guys. So these are the earlies, right? These are what we refer to as fast nationals. So these are the fast nationals. It could be bigger than this. It could be more than 33%. It could be a 35% bump. Could be a 40% bump. We won't know really.
How long does it take until the full numbers come in?
We should probably see them tomorrow. The fast nationals usually are real close, but sometimes they miss a little bit. Like the fast nationals on the Oscars were wrong. Well, they weren't. There was definitely some arm twisting behind the growth of those numbers after the bell, but usually they can be off as much as 2 to 5%. It just depends. But it's just like anything, like any kind of a poll. There's a margin of error. So, but it's usually not that significant. So, but we'll see. And no, not. This is a great question. This is wonderful. Oops, here it is. People still watch it.
That was my question.
It hasn't been cool since the 90s. So
I'd agree with that.
Agree.
Yeah. As soon as Norm Macdonald, they got rid of him, it's just never been the same.
And sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say most stuff now. Once the Orange Man was out of office, they've been scrambling just to find stuff to do. Because all of their revenue, all of their stuff was all about Orange Man bad. Man,
I knew it was still on air. I am honestly shocked that they had that anything can give them a boost in ratings, because I didn't know it was that even successful enough to sustain being on air.
Sorry, Vigilante, but there is one tactic they can do to be successful. They do the whole show like Charlie Chaplin and never open their mouth.
Yeah, I think a lot of the reason SNL sucks is because right around not only getting rid of Norm Macdonald, but also they changed the contracts right around the year 2000, so that if anybody gets big, then basically Lorne Michaels and SNL, they take most of that money. And so you even if you go off and make movies and stuff, because they were getting upset that you had your Bill Murrays and your Dan Aykroyds and your Chevy Chases that were
Eddie Murphy,
your Adam Sandlers, your Eddie Murphys. All
Chris Farley,
Chris Farley. Yep.
Yeah, you know what? WWE did a similar thing, and then they lost stars. It's almost like if you impede your stars, you don't have as many stars.
Well, in case with the WWE, it was that whole Vince McMahon just basically putting it out there that he claims ownership of basically your wrestling name.
Yep.
So whatever, even if you're off the company and you're doing Twitch and stuff, he still claims ownership of your name.
Yeah, they need to. That's a whole other thing because they're independent contractors.
That's how China became China Doll, right? Because she couldn't be China.
Yeah, everyone does a little funky thing, or they use their real name.
I think the last funny skit or episode I saw from SNL was probably their 40th anniversary. They had everyone go back, and I think the Jeopardy was the best one out of all.
Right.
Because Norm Macdonald came back. They did the parody about Bill Cosby. And I think that was the last time they did any fringe comedy before they started going way downhill.
Yeah. I think, yeah. And I mean, even the anniversary episodes were subpar of late. So it's been kind of a bummer. You know,
it was good.
Who liked 2008 SNL? You know what I mean? It hasn't been good in a generation.
Exactly.
Bill Burr's opening monologue was good. What do you call it? Eddie Murphy, where he redid all of his characters, was good. That's it.
But that's the thing. It's only little clips you see here and there that are even worth watching anymore.
Exactly, and that speaks to what this is saying: is they had to bring on a firebrand in order to kickstart the trash fire that this thing was. And it's just, it's going to further demonstrate the irrelevancy of the product if one person that is not an entertainer can come on and move the needle like this. That's just insane. And a lot of it was because of the hubbub they created themselves, to be honest with you. And you know what? Keely Chow, yes, that's probably true. Lola says, did they buy those ratings? It's hard to say anymore. Nielsen, they are very ethically bound.
They've always been
Nielsen's done their very best job to not be corrupted. Right now, they're fighting against the advertising companies and the advertising associations, the varying groups, into changing the way they calculate their numbers. Even though they have even more data than they've ever had, and they're more accurate than they've ever been, they are blaming Nielsen for the fact that the ratings are going down, not the fact that they're making subpar products.
They're not funny.
The ratings are going down across the board. I saw Black and White Sports, and I used it in my video. Plug for my channel. I did a video on Zack Snyder, and that ended the video. I mean to curse, but the Major League Baseball had a game that did 130 or 140,000.
Yeah, it was between the. We just say it was between the Twins and the. Was it? I can't remember. It was Minnesota. I forgot the other team. Yeah.
But this is a nationally televised game on FS1.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
100. You can't beat Nerdrotic, and I love Nerdrotic, but no, like you can't beat the Critical Drinker.
No,
and you got $3 billion contract. Are you serious?
Right. Yeah, and that's the thing that we're trying to point to, Vidge. We're all trying to do it. It's you guys are failing. Investors aren't paying attention. This makes no sense. There's you're paid. They just wrote a huge deal. You and I both did videos on this subject, VW. It's the NFL just wrote a $110 billion contract, provided they don't hit the out button or the networks don't hit the out button at year 7 because there's an out clause. $110 billion.
And a lot of that is just because what happened with the NFL is everything fell off so much that even though the NFL has lost 20% of its audience, that's still the highest audience you can get right now. Yeah. Even though you had the worst rated Super Bowl in years, and almost ever. Yeah, and that's still the best you can do now, and it's only going to get worse.
Hey, the NBA Finals drew dick. The frickin' NCAA AA tournament was Madness. Okay. Yeah, but it wasn't great. And you know what? When you have like racing and
NASCAR
kicking your butt, and wrestling on TV. I mean, I love black and white sports because you either get Rhodes or John over there doing the laughing at sports, and now that Outkick is joining, this is news, guys. If you didn't know this, Outkick is joining Fox.
Really?
So Outkick got bought up by Fox, and so Clay Travis is going to be spewing more love with a lot more money behind him now. That thing's going to grow like a weed.
Yeah, here's hoping they don't change. Here's hoping he's not like forced to change or anything like that, though. That's what we're worried about. Yeah.
Well, and then somebody else will come up and do the same thing. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. There is more than enough audience for plain talk in sports, and calling out the garbage that's in it. So, I mean, that's what we do here. We call out the garbage, when it comes to our pop culture and entertainment. Hey, Andrew Broadbent, good to see you, my friend.
The other question to ask when it comes to media on TV, you got to ask even in your chat, when was the last time you turned on your TV?
Ooh.
Because I haven't turned mine on in 3 or 4 months.
I haven't turned on a TV in, I would say, 5 years.
It's been a very long time. I don't even bother with network cable. I just watch what I want to watch on a streaming service, or
2 years.
The high seas.
YouTube is. I think it just shows the power of YouTube and how much it's grown over years. So.
But it's not just that. The relation to that is that we turned off our TVs. Maybe that's why also they're trying to control physical media, because then if we have physical media, we don't have to rely on streaming. So they're trying to take away one to replace it with another because they're seeing we're not watching TV.
Well,
so
it's
much more benign assessment of the situation than I have.
Yeah, and I think that probably Wes and I are taking a more aggressive tact on a lot of that stuff. But it's
I know
it's not untrue. It's not untrue what you're saying, Stephen. It's that's a small part of it. But it's again, if we come into a period of time where they lose their traction, which let's face it, that's a possibility. And we go back to rational human beings, at least the people of leadership are more rational, then we'll have, a different presentation of entertainment. And like I said, I mean, the physical media, we can go back and say these are lies because we can show you, because we have copies of it all.
Right.
But it is what it is. But I'm glad to see that Tina's here working out in the garden. That's awesome. Captain Robert Abel is saying Hollywood Hogan. Absolutely. He wasn't anymore.
And to be fair, culture.
Yeah.
to be fair, Culture, they're either going to go down kicking and screaming, or they're going to go down trying to take everybody else down with them.
Oh, they're already screaming. They just don't know how to kick. They can't kick. They just scream. All they do is everywhere. They don't do anything. Like Culture just fell right now. He kicked something.
But here's the thing: like I've turned off the TV, but I haven't like started streaming what's going on. Like I've streamed like shows I'm interested in, but it's not like we're turned off the TV because that's what their excuse is. Well, people are streaming everything. Well, I'm not streaming your new shows. I'm not streaming the Shaniqualizer. I don't even know if that's still on TV. See, and like sports are going to have a massive problem because there's a generation today that would have been sports fans that are all like gaming fans and Twitch fans. And so that whole generation of kids who grew up liking Michael Jordan or Larry Bird or even Kobe Bryant and a generation after that, they're not going to grow up liking this generation of athletes outside of the NFL. And even that is falling off. Like the entirety of how we consume sports by the end of the generation or by the end of this decade is going to be completely different. It's going to be completely nichified.
Well, it's not only a shift in them. It's not only a shift in the medium, but it's also just the same narrative of injecting your politics into our entertainments or sports and so forth. That's been a lot of big drop off. I don't trust anything. I'm usually late to the game with most shows because I don't trust it. I don't trust even giving it a shot because a lot of times you have shows that start out well and then by the second season when they're proven, they become trash. They become a platform for somebody.
Hey, look, the writers for Superman and Lois completely flipped after the 6th episode. So the question is, did they remain on the same course for Superman and Lois on the CW and the Berlantiverse, or did they change?
Well, I've heard that's going to be on HBO Max, and that's part of the reason that
it has been. It has been already.
I watched the first episode.
Airing on HBO Max. Yeah,
but I mean, it's going to be HBO Max exclusive at a certain point.
I hope so because it's the only way to protect a quality show like that. Here's the thing: we lost. Okay, so once the merger took place with AT&T. They kept on the old CEO for a while, and he was a mindset like ours. He believed in programming. And tomorrow's video that I'm working on right now, I talk about how television and movies are data driven now, and what that actually means, and how it affects the things that we're getting. Because they don't, programming sounds bad, but that's been a term in the industry for 70, 80 years. I mean, you program network television, but it's not that kind of programming. It's putting the programs in the right position to make them successful. When you have a good lead in prime time, like the Cosby Show, every show after that's going to be able to retain an audience, and people will appreciate those shows more. And when shows move around, it's to gain more of an audience. Well, now they use data-driven stuff to just provide mediocre stuff so that all of their shows get about the same audience, which is starting to show. And here's the other thing, and this is the thing I tried to make a point of in last week's videos. The population that watches TV are our parents.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's the boomers because everybody's aged out of the demographic. I mean, you're with CBS, which is the leader in network programming for the 13th consecutive year, at least in prime time. Their audience is skewing towards 70. They're in their mid 60s now, and they're skewing towards 70. 5 years ago, they weren't nearly skewing that hard that fast. So, even it's showing that people like us, from the 50 down category are tuned out. We're done with TV.
Yeah.
And you guys just reiterated that in different ways just a few minutes ago. So I don't know. But I do know this. That they were not the lowest ratings in a while. They're definitely good. Oh my gosh, we got more masculinity here. It's the man who just ripped Disney with a new story. Storyman Jack.
What's up, Jack?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, Jack.
Hey.
Hey, this is going to sound like a rant, but here is the basic problem with everything. People don't want to work. They don't want to fail. They don't want to put the time in. If you're going to create something, you have to bleed, you have to sweat, you have to fail over and over and over again. And you have to pick yourself up and you have to keep going. And you can't blame anybody else at all for not getting up and doing it despite whatever you think is keeping you back.
Exactly.
Nobody has any guts anymore.
Yeah. Well, look at Jeremy. You know, he failed numerous times before Geeks and Gamers finally got off the ground.
Mm-hmm. Right. I've been writing since I was 3 years old. I'm about to publish my first novel. That's 45 years I've been doing this. Yeah. You just got to keep going,
brother,
and listen to the criticism, but keep picking yourself up and keep working.
And just don't be afraid to fail. And understand that it's necessary to fail before you succeed.
You have to fail to succeed. Otherwise, you're not learning anything. That's what constructive criticism is. There are always going to be people taking it apart and building you up. The things that take you down are the ones that make you build up something better in the future. If you're never failing, you're literally just being told you're great at everything. You're Ray Palpatine, and that limits your ability. But it limits your ability to learn, adapt, and move on. If you can't do that, you're not a human being. You're
here's the problem:
placating.
Instead of accepting that failure and saying, "Yeah, I hear what you're saying," they attack the fans because they're lazy.
No, they don't. No, it's not fans anymore, though. 1 second, Maggie. Oh, sorry.
Sure.
It's not just fans. They're not just attacking fans. They're accusing anyone who would give them a job at being this, and this, because they don't understand that failure isn't about your race, who you bang, what you bang, if it's a toaster or a tree.
Well, it could be who you bang. If you're
that's right, Walton. I did that. It's a grand thing. They've lost the ability to work hard even to fail.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. That they don't even listen to their own diatribe. Did they not have the line failure the best teacher is in The Last Jedi? They don't even listen to their own vomit.
That'd be too much work.
Another shiny example of that, and I know this is beating a dead horse at this point, but look at the showrunner for Batwoman. They keep failing and failing.
Caroline Dries,
Caroline Dries. The ratings drop. Keep hitting all-time lows within each and every episode.
They had to add new ratings numbers. They had to add down to they had to move from the 10th place to the 100th place.
You guys are forgetting a serious reality here. Batwoman is funnier than Saturday Night Live now.
Well, that's true, but
it is.
It's not supposed to be a comedy.
Yeah,
but unintentionally.
Real quick, Thomas Edison quote on failure. I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work. I thought, like, there's a quote.
That's a great way to look at it. You just
But I mean, they don't want to do that. They don't want to consistently even have that amount of attitude. And then another thought about the Batwoman thing, as I said, with the ratings, realizing how low ratings can go. Maybe it's still good enough for the modern era to stay on TV with whatever the heck was it, like 200,000 people watching or something like that.
This is the thing. All of these people spewing all this hatred and crap, they all started out just like we have. Yep. They were, I mean, Julia Roberts lived in a trailer park when she was a kid.
Yep.
But now because she waited tables and got lucky, she can tell us how to think. It's ridiculous.
Right. I mean, I think it also has to do with the money and being privileged for so long, but it also has to do with the ease of each passing generation. I remember when I was a kid, I remember grandparents saying, "You guys got it easy. We had to do this, like this." At least in our world, in our modern world, if you're in a first world nation, each generation is successively built upon hard work to get to where we are. This is one of the easiest generations, and I'm not saying that to be facetious to anyone, to Gen Z or any late millennials. But it is the easiest generation built upon you can get anything you want the snap of a finger, really. Hard work goes to the wayside when you have a generation of ease that doesn't know what hard work is.
Oh yeah, I mean, they were giving away
easy.
They were having signups for the Section 8 housing for poor people. Every one of them had a iPhone. There were hundreds of people in line. They had iPhones. They were overweight. These are not poor people by the standard of the rest of the world.
Well, keep talking, Jack. Wait. Where is it?
It's true. We live in a society where poor people are fat.
Well, yeah,
people are fat.
and that's we have a different kind of poverty. There's no doubt about it. But let's move on. Real quickly, I want to cover a couple things. Say hi to Philip Gaming. Dadman Walking 55 says he's gonna resume Sling TV in the fall only for college football. Well, there you go. But unfortunately, I think you're going to find there's going to be politicization there too. Not necessarily by the student athletes, although that's starting to happen, but by the coaches and the administration of those universities. So unfortunately, that's no good. Cavatinho Cavalryman Che says the only thing that you've seen is not woke is 90 Day Fiance. Oh, there you go. Bone sent us a super sticker, which is a Doomicorn, and I will say doom to doom doom doom. So there you go, my friend.
Okay.
Oh wow, we're getting muted by Awesome One so that he could eat. Lots of people have joined us for lunch. Yeah,
I want to share this picture quickly because honestly, what Jack and Vigilante were saying earlier, this sums up what everyone here just said. This picture I'm sharing with you, Culture.
Yeah.
This sums up how this generation thinks right now.
Oh yeah.
Finally, a female superior who's just like us. I'm sorry, she should be orbiting Earth. That the wires would be bending. This is not healthy. Yeah,
this is Valiant. Valiant Comics is
but the relation is there.
No,
just like us. Look at the person saying that. She doesn't even look like that obese.
Yeah.
Well, there are some people who are, I believe, genetically disposed to weight. You know what I mean? And I'm not. We shouldn't disparage them because
I'm not going to disparage them at all.
It is tougher for some people. No, I understand what you're saying, but they're trying to make this the overwhelming narrative. You know, like it's okay. Go get that McDonald's body on. Go ahead.
I don't want to live in a spaceship like Wall-E. I don't want to be in Wall-E, okay? I don't need to have a hovering chair and a robot shoving its thumb up my butt so I can poop properly. I don't want to be a Wall-E generation.
I don't want that either.
Working hard is like working out. You work hard because you want your body to be the same way. It's not like, bite into a Slim Jim, give me Spider-Man. I'm done. That's not how life works.
Honestly, Slim Jim would probably be an upgrade for most people's diets, myself included.
If I was already given
doing keto compliant.
Yeah, no, it's fine. And I know Maki wanted to say something, but very quickly, Jacob Archer Barton makes a very good point. I'm afraid to watch the new Superman and Lois because they made the Falcon and Winter Soldier too preachy.
That's what I'm talking about, Jacob. That's why I don't trust. I do not trust entertainment. I don't trust new movies. I don't trust new TV shows. I don't trust. It has to. Someone really solid has to tell me something is good. I just started watching Invincible. I thought that was a pretty good show.
For the same reason, and I'm going to start watching it.
I just started watching Jupiter's Legacy. 3 episodes in, loving it. It's a little bit of stuff like a little bit of like you could say woke in there, but not enough to even consider the show.
Look, it's almost impossible to not. That's the problem, and I think I started talking about it in these terms. I think in some instances we see ghosts.
I agree with that.
I agree with that.
I've said that before. Go ahead, Markany.
I was going to say, but at the same time, Culture, I do think it was probably intentional. The intentional plan was to get us to get used to that. Was for society to get used to that.
Condition them, yeah.
Condition.
Well, I'm lashing back at all of it, which is again why I'm going to make one of the most toxic sci-fi horror films ever, sci-fi western you've ever seen.
I've already had to quash a few comments on my story that released this morning.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so they did not like that I didn't they didn't like what I did to Disney with it.
True, Disney.
Well, but Barack Derma says Disney enjoys destroying everything right now. It's pretty obvious.
Okay. So on the topic of Disney, because we covered it on Rogue Entertainment yesterday, that whole thing that got leaked with the whole like white privilege checklist and everything, Neon and Geeky at Clownfish TV said it best. It's going to be really interesting this week because they revealed it on Friday. They revealed it on Friday at the end of the work week. So people are going to start getting their hands on it this week.
And it's going to be a massive spoiler. You have an investor call coming up. You have the market. The market. This is why we need to go great guns on this and just beat it and beat it and beat it and attack it. Story. The people that have channels that can do that, because it is showing the very thing we've been talking about for a long time. They are adopting, the corporations want to assume full control of everything, and they were doing it in an authoritarian way. I know Steven's looking at me about the politics stuff, but this is the process that they're going through. So we're going to leave that there because I was going to dive too deep, and he was like, "Stop!"
I know you don't like doing that.
I know.
Well, here's what Disney
Katie
has done the last 5 years. They have swooped in, said, "I'm going to buy this treasure, so nobody else can have it," and then they hand it off to somebody who wipes their ass with it.
Exactly.
I have a question though. If we're going on the teacups, do we need to check off that checklist to figure out what teacup has the least amount of privilege for our skin color, or do we actually have to fill it out every time we go on a ride?
I have no idea, but I know this, Fat Steven, that just some guy did an amazing video on the swapping of characters.
It was watch that.
Oh, I need to check that out. He's great.
You have to. It's already has 152,000 views as of this morning, about 8 a.m. my time.
Good.
I imagine that will be 500,000 if we can get enough fire underneath it. So,
the thing is about that whole race swap thing, because we had to cover it yesterday because ETEP got attacked for covering that, got called a racist. Matt's Mama Bear got called a racist for bringing up the whole Red Sonja thing over the weekend. Yeah, it was just like a side conversation, but so it was that whole Red Sonja.
That's my friend Gail Simone.
Thank you. We also covered that. Gail Simone is going to be the writing consultant on the new Red Sonja film.
It's going to be garbage. It's going to be garbage.
That's great. Red Sonja,
garbage.
It's going to be trash. It's going to be, and we know it. So look, let's get through these super chats. We're going to change subjects because I want to get to the mom stuff that we were going to talk about.
Speaking of mom stuff, I actually got to get out of here.
Then Vigilante Williamson, would you care to tell us how important your mom is to you, or share a story that highlights or indicates that? Your mom
I love Mom Jelani Williamson. She's been very supportive. Offhand, thinking of a story.
Yeah, you don't have to.
There's tons of. So I can't think of one offhand though.
All right.
But no, listen, my mom has been very important in my life. I know, if you have a mom in your life, and I know everybody doesn't. Bless your mom if that's the case. But moms are important. Mars needs moms, but they don't have them because Earth does. So
that's right.
All right. Peace,
Thanks,
everybody.
BW.
Take care, buddy.
Enjoy your All right. And with that, we're down a panelist. But I'm going to say this. I just want to get caught up with the chat. Katie makes a good point that it's clean hypocrisy, saying one thing and doing another. They've been doing that for a long time. Yeah. Kip Ellis, the producer over on Mad Barber Entertainment, just an awesome, awesome guy, a great producer and very funny, for $1.49 super sticker. Thank you for that, Kip Ellis. Appreciate it. I'm not even sure which one it is. I'm trying to find it in the stream. Oh, it's a Doomicorn. Doom.
Why isn't Makini doing those?
Yeah, wasn't Makini.
Oh, that's right. Makini.
I think I'm ready full octave again. I think my voice is back. Okay.
You can do it? Can you do it?
Yeah, I
can. There you go.
I'm back.
Perfect. Even better. I love it. Let's see. We've got a C3PO on screen and a boop in the chat. There you go. We got, let's see. I'm trying to catch up with everybody. They forgot what it means to be hungry. That's true. What's up, brightest day? So many great people rolling in here. I appreciate all of you for popping in. Scapegoat is here. Good to see you. Tina says, I'm really enjoying the nevers. Well, there you go. Any perceived wokeness reflects real women's suffrage and class warfare of the time. And I've been hearing that. So I was going to wait until I could dive through it faster because I feel like I want to kind of binge through that one. Any of you seen the nevers?
Not yet.
My dad is in his 60s and he even recommended it to me. So he's enjoying it. So it's actually hitting an age group.
I know, but I mean, I think that, like you were talking about seeing shadows culture.
Ghosts.
There are ghosts. There are absolutely eras in our history that would have themes that you hear about today that were a thing at that time. So, as far as women's universal suffrage, you're going to hear that. It's not rhetoric.
There's always been a little bit of woke in our stories. There's always been. It's part of the human condition. But what they've done is they've enhanced it and brought it instead of a background thing, it's the forefront of everything, and that's not good storytelling.
Woke in the definition that I was brought up to understand it was seeing history through an unbiased lens. That word has been taken from street vernacular and appropriated by a wealthy elite.
Third wave, but it's again not the. Let's move out of the politics, guys, because today is about honoring mom. But
it's not politics.
I will say
no,
this.
I know.
Okay, the new question should be: it's Happy Mother's Day. Is your mom a
the
fan?
art of subtlety?
Go ahead,
is
marketing.
lost. The art of subtlety is lost.
Oh yeah, nuance, subtlety, all of those things. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. And here's the thing: Kai MFS says the most important thing here of the day for $5 super chat. Thank you, Kai. It's good to see you, brother.
Hey, Kai.
Happy Mother's Day, TFM moms. Absolutely.
Yes.
And we have a lot of them out there. We really do. Sub is here. Megan Jetty is here. Says Happy Mother's Day. Mother's Day reminds us we've got 50 likes. Hype. I love that. It's good to see you guys.
Megan Jetty.
Yeah, Walt Disney couldn't get a job at Disney. Yeah, exactly. And that's the problem. You're losing great visionary stuff and many other things. So it bothers me. Jacob Archer says my mom is super mom. She took over when my dad died in the year 2000. Yes, you know what, Jacob Archer Barton.
Bless your family.
I think you all of us have. I think all of us may have had the opportunity for a mom-like person in our life to do amazing things and become super moms. So absolutely, and it's very important. This is a day. This is a family day. Your mom-like person is
the backbone of the home.
Hey, Culture, you got a new member.
Lola, thank you, Lola. Thank you for becoming a member, sweetie. I appreciate it. It's awesome.
Always great picture from Lola.
I know. Look, I'll just leave that up there for a couple seconds here, so we can all appreciate Lola. Let's just appreciate Lola. Thank you for becoming a member. The member stream, actually, I'm posting it today because the poll came out. It's going to be Monday, so it'll be tomorrow, middle of the day for PST folks, and that'll get hopefully the UK crowd in there again. That'll be awesome.
I'll have to listen on my drive because I've got to go to Colorado and change out some hard drives.
Rocky Mountain High, Colorado.
9-hour drive to do 2 hours of work.
Jesus.
I hope the job is good paying.
Lola,
they're paying me from the time I leave my house at 6 a.m. until I get back.
Okay then. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's good.
We were good. Same field, I believe.
Yeah. You guys,
no complaints there then.
Yeah, Lola does make a good point. Makini does sound like the gear from Invader Zim.
Invader Zim, God, I love that.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes.
So I have a mom story real quick too.
Oh yeah, please.
From today. So last night she called me. She goes, "I want to talk to you about your writing tip videos." I'm like, I wasn't aware that you were watching those. And she said, "All right, so you're telling people to read the classics." I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Well, why don't you show them what classics you're talking about?" So when I was in college, I actually did. I played Hamlet at my local theater, and so she told me that I should pick a soliloquy, and every week do one, and just tell them, "Hey, here's a Texan doing Shakespeare." Right. So every Sunday night I'm going to do a monologue or soliloquy from. Tonight I'm going to do To Be or Not to Be.
Awesome. Awesome. That's a brilliant idea. See, your mom. Awesome. And to that point, Shane Nolan says I was abandoned in a church as a newborn by my mother adopted me, and I haven't time to list her other great qualities as
God bless your mom.
Yeah.
See, these are the stories, and Shellback, of course, calls out the fact that we don't have any moms on this channel. We could be mom-like people to someone, but
moms aren't working.
They're
right. Celebrating right now.
That's right. I hope they are. I really hope they are. And that's the most important thing. And Michelle Jean, my mom is a war hero. She survived my teenage years.
I think we say that about a few of our moms.
The scapegoat says Lola. Damn it. Well, I know. Lola, the inspiration from Lola. There you go. Let's see. Who else is... Oh no, I got to that one. I just saw the private chat. Yeah, I was going there. You guys are. I appreciate the participation. You guys are awesome. Yeah, we all. I think we all put our moms through a bit of we're the kids that gave our moms some trouble. That's all I have to say about
Yeah.
Girl from Ipanema. Ba, bum, 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 bum,
Oh, is that how that's spelled?
Yeah, Ipanema. Speaking of which, let's wind down because this is going to take us a little bit. Let's wind down with some mother stories, right? So, Storyman just gave us a good one. Fat Steven, do you have any mother-like people you'd like to honor with a story or an anecdote or anything?
I'd rather.
Okay, fair enough. Mirror Sphere, my friend, you've been quiet. I understand that's probably because you're holding a mini sphere.
Right.
But yeah, it's your turn, man. Let's see. Let's hear it.
Well,
you could even talk about the boss. You're your boss, you know?
Oh yeah. Well, my mom was great. Fortunately, she's no longer with us due to cancer, but she was a great mom. And yeah, it did suck.
Yeah.
And at least she's no longer in pain or suffering anymore.
Yep.
So that was good. But,
yeah. Well, but you have a party that is a partner to you that has birthed you a lot of kids. So honor her as well.
Yes, my wife. Yep.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
That's the thing. Is our moms are always going to be a part of us, and we give that to our kids as well.
Yeah, Dad Man Walking. If you can't make it, it'll be up for members on a replay, so you'll be able to catch it later. I always have a good time doing the member streams. I invite all of them, as many members as I can have, which is 9 other people on the stream to yell at me or ask me stuff or just talk about this news today. It's always a lot of fun. Those are good streams. And Scott Jennings is laughing at us. Makini, do you have any mom-like stories you want to share?
I can't think of at the top of my head, but I'll just shout my mom right now because it's like I'm a special case because I have a mom whose birthday and Mother's Day fall on the same weekend. More often than not.
Well, happy birthday, happy Mother's Day.
Yeah, she's celebrating. She's celebrating in Lake Tahoe right now. So, I have some flowers and some chocolate I got for her, which will only be here on Tuesday though. But still, late, but still it counts as both.
Well, it does, and a lot of that is due to like shipping now. Shipping flowers is tough. Believe me, I know.
Yeah. So, not much else to say, but I do think that I guess where my talent comes from probably comes from Mama Maki. Probably comes from the creative side. Because I'm probably the only person in my family who could draw. So I always wondered where that talent from, and I'm wondering it probably just came from the fact that my mom's a creative. My mom's very creative herself. She did jewelry. She used to do houses. She loves crafting, and she's been throughout this entire lockdown. She's the only one in the house who's been working the whole time. So just been doing a lot of business stuff every single day. But I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for both my parents and especially my mom. So be the Maki today.
No, very good, Makini. Thank you for sharing that, and happy Mother's Day to your mother. Soul Assassin says, my mom is awesome, 4 kids, and still Texas strong. Awesome. She really put up with my teenage rebellion phase. Yeah, I think we all suffered. Our mothers suffered underneath us. We were the yokes they carried about. Awesome one's back. Hey, Zach's good to see you. Happy Sunday. Happy Mother's Day.
I don't know about you guys, but when I was growing up, my mom was who raised me. My dad was working.
Wow. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. All of us were most likely. This is unfortunately the modern family. Despite having mothers that still work, they still did the raising of the monkeys that they made.
Right.
It's just at the end of the day, you were getting paraded around to do this, that. You were getting told to do this and that. And most likely, they were yelling at you to do your homework, and they were usually helping you with your.
I got one. I forgot. I got one. Yeah. It was my mom who took me to watch the original trilogy in the 90s.
Nice. Nice.
It was my mom who got me into Star Wars.
That's so great.
So, yeah.
That's a great That's a great element too. Absolutely.
She wanted me to be a Star Wars fan. She wanted me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we share. Our moms shared their greatest things with us.
Yeah.
Just like we share with other people.
It's kind of heartbreaking, kind of telling her that like I hated how much I hated the Disney sequel trilogy, despite the fact that she got me into saying that she wanted me to be a Star Wars fan. How much that Disney just kind of destroyed that.
Well, Cavatanio Cavalryman Che can add to that and says, my mother is a 3rd-degree black belt at raising children. She helped raise nieces, nephews, and a great-grandson.
Beautiful.
And and again, I mean, there are people who step to the day. Lola says, does it count if I survived my mom? Sure. Without moms, none of this would be here. Yeah. I mean, there are mothers that we may have had, some of us may have had, that were difficult. Difficult. There are challenges to being a kid sometimes with parents who are not prepared or up for the task. And yet we still honor mothers because, again, that's we're here.
That culture.
I'll tell you, like I tell my son. My son gets upset at his mom all the time. She's done some very not good things, but I tell him, I say, you still need to call her. You still need to love her. She loves you no matter what she's done. Just because she's been selfish a time or two does not mean she's not your mama and she hasn't loved you the whole time.
So. Absolutely. Yeah. An awesome one says, my mom had us travel the world and enjoy life wherever we found ourselves. Yeah. That's great.
Nice.
You want to read this, Stephen?
Does Stephen have a relationship with flowers too, or is it only trees? I have no idea what you're talking about, Cavianto. No idea. I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. You talking about Fast Stephen?
No, you.
Walton has a cardboard cutout of the mother tree at home. And every Mother's Day, he deflowers that tree with edge clippers and coffee beans.
right next to the coffee bean plant, right?
That's right.
I mean, shout out. We're just talking about, difficult mothers. Some of us have different. A Scapegoat says, my mom is 71 and still working. She is awesome. She is. That is great to hear, man. That's when it comes. That's when it comes down to other mothers. It comes down to your local moms, the people that your friends' mothers that take you in. Shout out to them. Shout out to every woman who ever said, Stephen, you're welcome in my home because you ain't got a place to go. You're welcome here. Who treated me like a son. Shout out to them. Shout out to my stepmother who never wanted any more kids, got married to my dad, ended up getting a couple more, and was difficult to develop a relationship with her. But eventually we did, and she became one of my best friends. As an intellectual, very intelligent person. Taught me a lot. Shout out to Judy, my mother's wife, who's been with my mom for over 20 years now, and God bless her, because my mom's a handful. My mother, though, most and high and foremost is my mom, who was abused as a kid, who did not have the best life, who tried to have a good life, had myself and my sister, who was then dealt with abuse in another way, and then had to go off on her own and wasn't able to be there for me for most of my childhood, and then came back into my life, and we were able to reconcile. My mom has fought through haters. When she finally came out as gay, she dealt with people in the state, her own state, liberal part of the country, coming down on her, getting her fired. She's dealt with abuses from work because of her sexual orientation. She has dealt with endless harassment from people. My mother taught me the strength of perseverance. My mother taught me how to survive in the face of haters, in the face of people that will act like your friend and then stab you in the back, how to deal with society that will not accept you for what you are. And even though I was she's a Christian and I'm Wiccan, she accepted me for who I was because she understood the struggle of dealing with that type of harassment. I love my mom so much. She not only birthed me into this world, she had a rough journey through her life. She brought me in. She taught me great values. She taught me she taught me to be anti-racist. She taught me to be accepting of everyone. And she did all of this while persevering through mental and emotional problems. God bless her. She worked hard as hell to get to where she's at. I love my mother to death. I can't say enough good things about her. She is the person who made me who I am, even though our roads weren't converging at the same time. It is because of her that I have the strength that I have. Hail to all the mamas out there, all the mamas that are worth it. Hail to all the moms out there who accept other children, whether they're nieces, whether they're family, whether they're friends, or whether you're other children that accept them in and are motherly to them. Just because you don't birth somebody, don't mean that child, that isn't your child, or that you can't be a mother to that person. So I just want to say I celebrate and love all of the mothers out there, or women who act as mothers for others. Hail to you and God bless.
Yes, and thank you, Stephen. That was very eloquent and it right on point, and it speaks to why I've been saying mom-like people. Because there are other people that are in your life that treat you, they mom you, whether you know it or not. It might have even been a teacher at times that you got mommed by.
I like Awesome One's comment. My mom taught us how to lie like dad, wink, wink, so we could get ice cream.
There you go. There you go. Well, MJ Media, Mega Jetty, once again, Mega Jetty changes name like crazy for $2. And of course, Mega Jetty has like 1,000 channels now or something. I don't know. But anyway, it says, my mom let me watch R-rated films at 3 to 5 years old. Okay. Well, it explains your fascination with entertainment, my friend, and I appreciate that.
Oh, that reminds me of another story.
Oh, shoot.
So when do you guys remember when Flash Gordon came out? What year that was?
Oh my gosh, it was right in the early 80s. Early 80s,
82, 83.
Yeah.
Well, I remember they were taking us to the movies, and another movie that we were going to watch was sold out. And Mom looked over and said, hey, they're showing Flash Gordon. Do we want to drive around and get a ticket for that? And Dad's like, sure. So Mom had him drive around. It was a drive-in. That's all we had back then. And we get up there, and the lady looked at my mom like, are you sure you want your kids to watch this? I was born in 74, so I was like, 8, 9 years old. We get up there. It was not Flash Gordon. It was Flesh Gordon.
Oh, no.
And my dad turned to my mom and said, do you think we ought to leave? And she goes, we paid for this.
Oh my goodness.
How big were the popcorn buckets, by the way? I'm wondering.
I don't know. We never went and got popcorn. Mom says the first movie we sat through the whole time and didn't utter a word.
Did they have to like explain the things afterwards, or did they like you
guys
go for ice cream?
No, it was pretty self-explanatory.
That wasn't quite the story that I was expecting. Thanks, Jack. I appreciate
it. Was Olive being one color, or was it like multiple shades of green?
Look, Glenzer,
paid buddy for this.
Glenzer, I'm sorry that your super chat's coming after that story, but for $5, it will never be Happy Birthing People Day. It's Happy Mother's
Day.
Yes. So stupid.
Maybe it really is like the continuum where, if you go further enough left, you end up right. We're back to now the stork bringing the baby.
They keep going on the left. They're eventually going to have to do a full circle and end up on the right-hand side. You're right. That's how you just can't keep going left because eventually you're just on the right.
Yeah.
Well, it's
we're literally there. We're literally getting to so far removed from reality that it's the stork bringing the baby.
I'm honestly hoping that I'm honestly hoping that culture does a Sunday Culture Review on Father's Day, because I got plenty to say about that.
Well, there we go. And we have, if it's on Sunday, which it usually is, isn't it?
It might be.
It's always on Sunday.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll do one. Why not? Why not? But Zach7 says, and this is cool, my mom was a killer in business. My dad stayed at home and raised us, and that happens sometimes. Mm-hmm. She taught me how to work hard. Yeah. You know what? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And of course, you're very welcome, Jacob Archer Barton. I thought your mask was cool. So there you go. And Soul Assassin says nice things about Steven's mom. I respect your mom. Yeah, this is great. Of course, Lola, stop it. She sends another $10 super chat. Thank you, sweetheart. But my goodness. Says, hey, author Stephen Walton. Heart love to your mother. Big love.
Thank you,
big
Lola.
Giant love. Oh, absolutely. I'm just
Mama Walton.
I will say that I was blessed by the guidance of many strong hands, and most of them were female. So thank you to all of the mom-like people in my life. And you will not get this song stuck in my head. You will not. You will not. You will not. And motherhood is not only by blood. Absolutely. Hail to all the women that made us who we are today.
Yes.
Yep. And that's
and huge shout out to all the moms in our community, like Matt's mom bear, Raina, like everyone, because we have so many.
Bless them.
And a special happy Sugar Mommy Day as well to all those sugar mamas who paid for all my Nike.
There you go.
I got a quick story though. I just thought of one.
Oh, yeah.
This is also the reason I never got into Game of Thrones. All right,
Ooh.
I just got into college. I was having a weekend or staying at my mom and dad's house, and all my friends were like, "Hey, you gotta check out this show, Game of Thrones." I was like, "Okay," so I went and bought the first season on DVD. Okay, but first, my background: my parents, both my mom and my dad are pastors. All right, so I'm sitting on the couch. I've got my big screen TV, and I plug in the first disc. I start watching the first episode. And there's a scene in there that my mom comes in. She's like, "What are you watching?" I was like, "Oh, it's a show called Game of Thrones." She's like, "Oh, that's interesting." She sits down next to me, gets some popcorn. She's like watching it with me. All of a sudden goes up to the first episode where there's this tower. And this kid starts climbing the tower. And there's a scene in there where the dude's full-blown naked sex scene. And my mom just looks at me and I look at her. I'm just like, "Dear God." She just... chill. She's like, "Okay."
Just an awkward moment. Just like
I'm just sitting there like,
just like
Weird.
I'm just like, "Oh my God." Right. My mom's like, "Well, this is an interesting show," and I was like, "Yeah,
uncomfortable
I'll
moment.
watch this some other time." I never watched another episode again. I couldn't do it.
That could be a mortifying experience. There's no doubt about it. Anyone else care to share a story? Because I'm going to do mine and then we're going to wrap up. So
Do yours, Culture.
Wes?
It's your show.
Don't say wrap up. If it wasn't for that, I mean, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah, he's barking up
Sometimes-
the wrong tree right now.
sometimes
all I
some
could say
things are
is
planned.
the only thing I can really think of is just like, yeah, it's just like my mom worked hard. So much my dad to just kind of provide for us, and then and mom was always the one. I think when my mom discovered that I had this talent, she did everything in her power to get me to embrace it more. She embraced it more. She embraced the artistic side more. A lot of stuff comes from her. It got her, it got her back into crafting. So my art got her back into crafting. So I think that's just a beautiful gift, because it's just it was such a rare thing for me, being the only person in my family with that kind of talent. So it's something that she gladly embraced all the way, and I can't thank her enough for that, because I probably wouldn't be the man I am today without her. So
Blessed be.
Yeah, that's so great, Makani, and it speaks to what Lola's saying. Being a mom is the greatest responsibility I've ever taken on, and every moment is a blessing, even the hard ones. Absolutely. Speaking of which, so I'm gonna tell this story. Well, it's a multi-part story. When I was a kid, I tortured my mother terribly, and even before my folks got divorced. Every single birthday through my 7th birthday, I had stitches on that day, on that birthday.
Oh my God.
I ran into everything. I barbed wire.
What order are we going in here?
Wes, do you have a story?
Oh, Wes.
You have a story?
I did. Yeah.
Oh,
I was
please
waiting for my
go.
turn. You guys kept butting in.
I'm
It
sorry.
wasn't me.
I'm sorry.
It wasn't me. I'm sorry. Please go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I love my mother quite a bit. Without her, I wouldn't be here. She always kept a clean house. She had to do double duty after she and my father divorced. Not a very good cook. Not a good cook at all. Very, there's rumors she could burn water.
You survived that. Okay.
But because of that, I learned how to cook, and I'm an amazing cook. So thank you for that. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, I guess I have a weird. I don't know if this is a father story or a stepmother story. My stepmother passed away last year. I don't know. I think maybe we should save that one. But my stepmother did pass away last year around this time, allegedly due to COVID. I don't know. Who knows these days? But rest in peace, Lisa.
Yeah.
That's it.
Rest in peace.
I'm sorry, Wes. I know this. So much loss that we've had to endure recently. So I am sorry for that loss, Wes. You know that. So, shout out to Scott's wife, absolutely, because after he got snipped, before he got snipped, he knocked her up right before. Good job.
This is what. Don't pick on your friend if he's about to have a vasectomy, guys, because he'll take it out.
Oh my God.
I will say this: without my stepmother, I never would have known that home cooked food could taste good.
Becky, I'm so sorry. That's the worst thing. But yeah, well, homemade food does taste good, Wes. That's
well, I didn't know it until later. I remember watching the 60-minute special. My mom's like, "Why do people?" And it was about how Americans are going out more to eat, and she's like, "I don't understand why people go out to eat when there are good home cooked meals here." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Going out to eat is way better than eating at home."
Yeah.
My lovely Becky.
Sorry to hear, Becky.
Yeah. I look, and there are sad stories that go into Mother's Day too. But like I was saying, I put my mother through a lot. I mean, I was the kid that wanted to be Evil Knievel before I even was aware there was an Evil Knievel. So I did. I rode my bicycle, my cement tire filled bicycle off the roof of the house into the front yard, like as a jump.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why?
When I landed, the tires were now no longer circular. They were flat on one side. Well, I guess. Well, they didn't. They had sides all of a sudden, which you're not supposed to do with a circle.
Were you trying to get into the swimming pool? We did that a lot too.
No, oh yeah, we jumped on I did that later for sure, but no, I was really dumb. What's funny is that bicycle was an Evil Knievel themed Huffy with white, banana seat and the whole nine. It was red, white, and blue. It was awesome. Anyway, so but beyond that, my mom made sure I was tough. When I went to the nurse, my mom was like, well, have him ride his bike home. Well, the one time she did that when I was in my teen years, was middle school. I was having massive cramping, fever, and literally hurting. And feeling nauseous, just terribly. It definitely wasn't anything. It was something was wrong. Mm-hmm. And so I rode my bicycle, the half-mile, three-quarter-mile home ride that it was from the middle school, only to be taken to the doctor, who said you should have taken him straight to the hospital. He's appendicitis.
Damn.
My mom made sure I was tough. My pinky got broken. I broke things. I have to say, my mom made me tough, and my mom raised me the right way to respect and appreciate every individual human being on this planet. And I am so grateful for the lessons that I learned, and I learned many. So, but I do want to say this on this day. Appreciate your mom-like people if you were lucky enough to have them, if you are lucky enough to know them, and even the people that weren't maybe biologically related to you, the people that made sure you got from here to there, because you wouldn't be the person that you are in any other way. So, I just want to say thank you to all of you who showed up here today. I appreciate that you guys catch these live streams. This one might be one that gets dogged to unlisted at some point, marked to unlisted down the way, because again, some stuff we share is personal, and maybe we don't want to share it for too long. But just take heart that everybody out there appreciates you sharing your stories, and be sure to share them around, guys. Just do, because your mom-like person was that important for you. I want to say thank you to all the folks that joined me on the panel today, and for those that couldn't, thank you for spending time with your family. You guys, like I said, I appreciate all of you being here today. I appreciate the entire chat, and for those of you that super chatted way too much, thank you. And let's promote ourselves here quickly. Let's do the 20-second elevators on the way out and go from there. We'll start with my man Storyman Jack, who again released a new video. Please check it out, Storyman.
Yeah, I write original fiction. I give writing tips. There's every weekday at 8 a.m. there is a writing tip video, usually anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. And every Sunday now, because of my mom, I'm going to be doing a Shakespeare performance, I guess you could call it, because you can't just read Shakespeare, you have to perform it. So check out my original fiction. I will be launching my first novel on Indiegogo very, very soon.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Thanks, Jack, for spending time with us. Guys, do check that out. He spent a lot of time on that. And of course, the next person up is going to be the artist of the Fourth Wave and Rogue Entertainment. He also is a mod and a creator in his own right, and a very good one at that, as you can see here. Machiny 90. What's up, my friend?
I guess before I go into mine, I have to say thank you again. You guys have made this birthday weekend is one to remember, and I owe it all to you guys for making my birthday special. I mean that this was a hell of a weekend, and I'm truly grateful for the community who supported me, who shows me so much love. It's just, man, thank you. You guys made me so happy. I ended up, like I said, I ended up tearing. I almost teared up at the end of Or's stream on Friday, just because it was just so overwhelming. Other than that, like I said, Machiny Live, we're done for the next 3 weeks. We'll return for season 4 on May 23rd, if I'm correct. But I am going to hop on. I'm gonna hop on, and I'm gonna do a Fortnite stream, just a little Sunday Fortnite stream chill. If you guys want to hang out with us, you want to join us, let me know. But yeah, I'm gonna hop on and just chill, play some Fortnite with you guys on right after the stream. So stay tuned, and thank you guys again. Seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all again for making this birthday very special for me. You guys
Love
are
you,
incredible.
brother.
Thank you very much, Makani. Appreciate you. And now on to an author and a graphic novel creator, our friend Mirror Sphere's origin and Minisphere.
Hello, everyone. Hey, for you in the chat, thank you all for being here. I know I haven't done much on my channel lately. I've been a little busy with like every time I go to start up a stream and stuff, get my thumbnails made, and I'm like getting ready, and then he goes, "Wah!" Remind. Yeah, I've been busy. I'm going to do a review soon. I did watch the new whatever was it called, the weird Star Wars show, Bad Bat. And then I did watch the first episode of Superman and Lois, and yeah, it's actually pretty good. And I've been watching Babylon 5.
Yep.
When I'm busy with him, I just turn on Babylon 5 and watch an episode or two. It's actually
We could do a watch party on that for your channel.
Yeah, Mira, we cover it every Monday on my channel. I'm on season 3 right now. We actually have people from production set. We have people from production sets who come on.
Nice. Yeah, I just started it, so I was just like, "Oh, this is actually pretty good."
Get better by season 3. You'll have a blast.
All right, well, guys, do be sure to check out the Mirror Sphere Origins. He's very, very talented. I'm just started on reading through his first half of his novel, and hopefully we'll get through it, and I'll give him some feedback. But I have a feeling that it'll be good, so I appreciate that. And now we have to acknowledge the elephant in the room. I mean, Fat Steven Seagal. And what's up, my friend? Tell everybody what's going down.
Well, definitely not my weight after that comment.
Sorry.
It's okay. Dude, you're allowed to make it. I make enough jokes. If you can't parody and you can't understand, you're not going to be able to handle it. Other than that, like I said, we handle Babylon 5 on my channel, 4 p.m. Eastern. We have Keith and Pop Culture Minefield, as well as, like I said, Monkey Jeebus and some other people worked on the sets. We discuss the episodes. We go through them. We just share it, try to get other people involved with it, try to get them to give them a chance. Wednesday is the 1K celebration stream, since I'm still waiting for YouTube to finalize my account for monetization. Normal Fridays, 12 noon Eastern. I am co-hosting with Lorena for the lunch table. Welcome to Florida will be tonight. Origins gaming stream will be tonight. Every morning, 10 a.m. It's Gaming with Friends, Fortnite, and Resident Evil, because I'm doing either or. Other than that, before FNT, we have TGIF with Pop Culture Minefield, and in the future, I believe we're going to be getting Chuck Dixon on, as well as Graham Nolan and others. Other than that, yeah, you can find me on YouTube, Facebook. That's about it.
Awesome, man. Thanks, Fat Steven, for everything you do for everybody, man. You're killing it right now. Appreciate it. And
I hope people show up on the 1K 7 p.m. Eastern Wednesday. My apologies.
Yeah. Like I said, man, all you got to do is just make sure you get it out in the group so we can retweet it, my man. We will try to drive people that direction. And then let's move on to the author of the. Well, he's a historian. sorts, I think.
Hail the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you, Coach, for having me and everybody else in this wonderful panel. Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there, whether they birthed you or not. To every woman who has acted motherly to one of us, hail to you. God is blessed, and thank you very much. Please support all of these wonderful channels. We're an alternative to the industry, and screw the industry. They only want to give us garbage. So support independent creators. Support these wonderful YouTube channels. Support creators out there like Miriam out there in the chat, Red Gaze, his son Sworn, Vinny Tardamella, all of the wonderful authors on this panel. Thank you guys so much for your support. Every book sold, every channel growth is a fuck you to the industry, and we rise together. Thank you guys so much for being here. Go out there, treat your mamas right today. Be good to each other. You suffer no fools. Wash your hands, wash your ass. Peace.
All right, thank you, Stephen. I'm glad you're making progress, and keep promoting everybody. You've got a good spirit, good heart, man. And finally, one of my best people on the internet, one of the coolest dudes you'll ever know, Wes Moody, the Wes Moody Webcast. I want to say thank you to him, especially today, for being here. Go ahead, Wes. You're muted, my friend.
Happy to be here. Happy Mother's Day, moms out there. I'm Wes Moody of the Wes Moody Webcast. I talk about, when I'm not muted, current events, pop culture, occasional conspiracy theories, occasional car talk, gaming streams, and we'll vlog about whatever the heck I want to, because it is my webcast. Hope to see you there. YouTube.com/Wes Moody Webcast. Although you probably want to follow me on Odyssey, because I'm not sure how much longer YouTube's going to keep me around. So yeah,
Odyssey is going to be a great platform with the live streaming. So do check out Wes's Odyssey. See if you can follow him over there. Try to go over there. Believe it or not, just watching a video will earn you some crypto. So it's worthwhile, guys. I promise.
Yeah.
With that, I'm going to say this. Thank you all so very much for being here on your Mother's Day. I hope if you couldn't be with your mother, you at least found a way to let her know how special and important she was to you, whether it was a mother by blood or a mother by virtue. Your mother or mother-like figure is important. And sometimes it's a dad, believe it or not. So just make sure that they know it, because they're worth it. And you wouldn't be the person you are without them. So I just want to say thank you for that. And thank you, Mr. Tickle Trunk, for the super sticker, my friend. I really appreciate your support and moderation of so many communities. You're a good person. I appreciate all of you guys. So I do hope you have a great Mother's Day. I probably won't make it to Welcome to Florida tonight. If I do, it'll be late, but do check out Lorena's stream with Fat Steven and their guests talking about a lot of very funny things. And Lorena's going to do a good job tonight. You guys, I feel bad if I'm going to miss it completely. So do check that out. And again, say thank you to your mom. It's important. It's important. Yeah. I don't know about that, but I do love you all.
Mama culture.
That's right. I don't know.
I want to throw down one quick thing.
Yeah.
I did also make Epic partner now. So if you ever use the Epic store, you can throw in Fat-Steven Seagal and get that code. And that actually goes towards me earning money now. So you got
that's excellent to know, my friend. I love
good.
That.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well done.
Oh, I forgot to mention. Can you blow up? Can you blow up my profile for a second?
Blow McAnee. Come on.
Yeah.
Blow McAnee.
Miriam made this as a birthday present. Yeah,
it's amazing.
Katie made this for me, and I didn't realize till yesterday that she put together. But yeah, so thank you so much, Miriam, for that. I'm gonna be wearing this for the rest of this week. I'm gonna be wearing this for a while. Thank you.
That's so badass,
much. Guys. Please, awesome. Please show support to Miriam. Back Bonds, back Sunsworn. Just a great artist, a beautiful artist, and a beautiful person all around. Thank you so much, Miriam.
She also has a beautiful smile and a laugh, and she loves plaid. And I'm still waiting for.
Absolutely.
She is one of the best guys. Do support Katie, Nerian Noah's project over there, Bonds, The Drive, which will be more than one book. She's got it's amazing. Plus the stuff she's doing with Red Gaze for the comic that he's doing. We have so many talented creators, and
if you go to Indiegogo and look at that art, it just jumps off the page at you. It's amazing. It's amazing.
It is. It's striking and amazing. Even and the stuff that she's doing with Red Gaze on that project for the new Sunsworn comic looks just tremendous. But again, guys, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course.
Wash your ass. Wash your branches.
And frisk your bush.
And until next time.
What a way to end it.
Trim your hedges.
Enjoy your coffee.
Seriously though, like wash your ass.
He loves the trees so much they actually got restraining order.
That was only once.
Last year, 15 times this month.
You ever notice you don't call it wash your teeth, you call it brush your teeth?
So you want me to brush my bark?
Brush your ass.
You should brush your butt hair and bleach your butt.